And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into... And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And how about that for some fireworks to start this one?
And the fireworks turned out to be for the kicking team, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, go down there, make a play, knock it free, and end up with the football. And for the team who's supposed to have the ball, now their defense has to run out on the field and see if they can slow things down a bit.
A quick scramble for the helmets, and now we switch sides.
These two teams, they met in Atlanta earlier in the year with the Falcons winning that game. So a win here in Charlotte would give them the season sweep.
And he's got his man on the out route.
And he's going to be touched down here.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Falcons are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Mason going to get it on first down.
Fights, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there.
With his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Another shot from the one on second and goal.
And McCarthy going to sneak it.
And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
J.J. McCarthy.
Scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Extra point attempt to come here. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
They'll start on the ground with Brooks.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. That's pulled in by Brooks.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 3rd and 4 now.
You talk about this Falcon defense.
They've been pretty solid against the pass, toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom.
And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 56 yards.
And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000 is a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays hot.
What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
McCarthy operating from the gun.
He finds his man, complete. That's Robertson. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Throwing is McCarthy.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And his kick is right there. It's good.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Flushed out right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Young going to give to Brooks. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. And we'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
3rd down, Young from the gun.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first.
The Panthers at 2-7 now on the year. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a 1st down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14.
In motion left is Higgins.
Now here's Young. Over the middle, complete. It's Pope. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 30. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5.
Now Young.
That one complete till again.
That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. Young off the play fake. Touchdown! A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Panthers have got it back to within a score.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
Now he'll give it up on the reverse. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
They'll get 34 yards there.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
To the air with McCarthy. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And that will keep this a 3-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Young.
The long drive last time out for this offense, Charles, if you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Throwing, Young. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones. Looking to throw, Young. He'll buy some time right. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
And Young will slide to the ground safely as he picks up the first down as well.
Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
Brooks is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
They'll try to throw now. Young. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Young to throw it. Sliding out of the pocket.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. Young now. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A great effort there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Panthers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 14-10. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
McCarthy off the play fake.
Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Now McCarthy.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Third down from the gun, McCarthy.
Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Good work there to force the incompletion and 4th down. Normally, it'd be a quick change for the punt return unit, but this offense has converted twice on 4th down so far, so you may want to double-check things there and make sure they're actually going to kick the football.
And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line.
Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns. Adding to his receiving total there, picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
Final play of the half, Young. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before break. Young. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. Oh, and that is incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And how about this? Here comes the reverse. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. Still going. One man to beat. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons.
We've sat in a lot of meetings, and they always talk about the offense taking advantage of beginning a half. But special teams coaches don't listen to that. They want to take advantage with their own unit, and they just did.
Yeah, they trailed in the locker rooms, and they changed that immediately.
I think they drew that one up special. That felt like something he pulled out of his pocket that he'd been holding for a while, and they were able to use it effectively.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. To throw, Young. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run here with Brooks. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Here's the Panthers punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And it will be Falcon football. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy. Escapes the sand, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. That's their first time getting to the quarterback. Sack number 1, and they had 5 last week.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Here's McCarthy. And that is incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Now 2nd and 3.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. From the shotgun, it's Young. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
They'll run straight ahead with Brooks.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Young. Can't get away, and he's taken down.
Micah Parsons. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Now, that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways.
Young will set to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, you can just see this one coming, couldn't you? It's an obvious passing situation, 3rd and long. The defense is going to bring in 2 more defensive backs and say, you want to throw? Go ahead. We dare you. And it's just no one open anywhere as they come away with the interception.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here's a tap forward by McCarthy on a touch pass.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Second down and 6 now. To the right goes Mason.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there. A touchdown on a kick return, and now one through the air.
And the Falcons are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And able to get this out to the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
That's pulled in by Brooks. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On play action, Young. They'll roll him out right. And that's complete to Sanders. And down inside the 15 he goes. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. To the air once more, Young. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Brooks, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Good job there defensively to push them back on 1st down. I'm not sure if this is 4-down territory or not because they can kick the field goal and get it back within a score, but you know that's not what they're thinking right now. A field goal has to be their last option.
A loss of 8 that time, and it brings up 3rd down. Young to throw it. Steps away to his left. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
It's desperation time. Young on 4th down. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Xavier Legette with career touchdown number 60. And the Panthers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point safely through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes a reverse. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, here's Mason.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down. And it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Rolling to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are that?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for Atlanta, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.